Now on this level, I wonder, if we don't need the Death Knight armor, which we don't, is it best for us to just press on? Or do we still run into that awful mage who can potentially murk us in a second? What's in this direction that could be worse? Not this lab. Have I been this way? In a while. I don't think so. There we go, there's a ladder. I could not recall what the plan was. Okay, this way at least takes a bit more time because we've got to wait for this numpty to come up. So that we can push him back down. I guess we could just go down and try and bonk him. But I forget how to do that. How do you hit down? Because that's up. There we go, its heavy attack is down. I feel like he's going to win that fight though. Oh, it's a draw. Oh god. Yeah, the other way might have been better. Because now we've got two of these boys on us. Oh god, and we've got another mage behind us. So yeah, it's like there's no good option. I feel like our first attempt against Yuri isn't going to go well because we're going to be low on flasks by the time we get there. But we've learned something there. I mean, it's kind of unnecessary at this point because no one else needs to come through these catacombs, but we've learned that the armor way is the better way. Now, at least we know how to deal with this lad. Oh, he got us there though. Cheeky bugger. His mates are still alive. Right. But we're past them. Lovely. Wait. Yeah. You bum. I wonder if the other one's going to drop off. No. Although there is loot up there that I missed in my haste to get down. Is it important loot? Probably not. Should we go back for it anyway? Why not? Why not, eh? We're just going to deal with roof guy down here. Oi. Awful bugger. Is it like a great ghost or something that Big Mouth just dropped? Yeah. So, not necessary. Could have been if we needed another for Yolan and Anna, but nope, we're good. I should have probably checked that I do in fact have the FP for them. 144. Good. Comfortably over that with 200 odd. But they are quite a pricey summon. But no biggie. Let's just sneak behind this gravestone. Avoid all of that bollocks. Are you finished? I need a sup. Now. Can we get to him before he teleports? No, not really. Well, double bastard. Get fucked. Yep, I'll take that little hit. Now lots of bastards, including Fat Lad. Get him, crew. Okay, wrong target, but it was cool nonetheless. Yeah, this ain't working. Let's try... Oh. Let's try a bit of rock crack. Because that also deals with any ads that you summon. Lovely stuff. It was so much easier than when Cherry did it. We got a new Great Spear that could also be useful on old Lulu. And we're one level away from using our big Bale spell. Now, we could wander through the woods right now, but that's not thrilling. So maybe we'll start poking around Enerilim, and then we'll wander through the woods later on. Oh wait, has you not even burned the tree yet? Because she doesn't have a Sight of Grace over at Enerilim, so I guess not. Ah, Lulu might have come here before she'd been to Messmer. That might explain why the tree is unburned. But now we're here and all is well. And there's a bird warrior that needs a pasting, I think. Unless I'm mistaken. It's glorious vista coming in from this direction. Can't argue with that. Now, how do you feel about letting me get up an attack? Nope, not a fan. Very well. Okay, what about Pest Dreads? What about Dragonmaw? I mean, you weren't a fan of letting me do it, but... if I can start the animation, then it doesn't matter if you hit me. Lovely. And there's some Divine Bird Warrior armor. Cool. So you can farm that guy. And we got the helm. But who cares about helms? I like to see my characters' faces. Now the journey through this place begins once again. I think in Dragonmaw is probably good against those awful buggers up top that I hate. But let's see who else we've got to fight. We've got Inquisitors. Right, so they don't like magic. That's good. How does things in general feel about Holy in this area? Are they fans or not? Yeah, well, I think we'll keep Sword of Light for now. Oops. Okay, those guys don't seem terribly bothered by holy damage, but that's to be expected, I guess, given as they wield it as a weapon. Yeah. Those two are still busy, so we'll take out this one that's advancing on us. Ah! Today I learned you can charge Frenzied Burst. That would have come in handy many, many hours ago. Yeah, any more of you buggers about to drop on my head? It's the sort of thing they do. Yeah, that guy tries to grab attack, doesn't he? Knob. And yeah, that's about it for impressive loot down there, I think. So now, there's a fat lad. And some little lads. The fat lad drops a spirit ash that might be of use. What are you casting over there? Stop it. Stop being so fat. Wretch. Look, just die. I want your spirit ash, thank you. Now, could probably ignore everyone over there. That guy's a knob. His friend's also a knob. And then we should probably safety flask, just because this guy up here is a killing machine. Let's see if we can reach him with a frenzy first. We can. And now, potentially Dragon Maw. Yeah, he's going to kill us before we can get the attack off, isn't he? Yep. So yeah, if you're not at full health, he can wreck you. Maybe the smart play is just run past the bugger. I've killed him enough times at this point. I know it can be done. So yeah, Operation Cheese It is now in effect. Yeah. You do your fancy thing with its fancy effects and your lightning attacks, and we will just run away past your spear casting friend as well, because they're also the worst. That one got us because we ran out of stamina, so we'll just roll a bit of roly-polies, get some iframes from this door. Yep, your mate's still approaching, so we will panic a bit, but it looked like he was backing off once we were in the door, so yes, you can get lost basically. That's so much easier than fighting a guy that we don't need to fight. Now, maybe we do want to pop back out there though, because this might be the site of grace that conceals stuff which I have been overlooking. But we probably also want to deal with that knobhead up top. Yeah, get dealt with. Goon. Maybe we're not that far behind on Sam. All we need to do is kill a handful of dragons and Midra, and then... oh, and actually make our way through Enerilin. So yeah, we might be a little bit behind on Sam compared to others. But we shall see. Not too far behind. I think Cherry and Wes should be at the final boss. So maybe Lulu and Sam will need an extra session. And then all four of them will be done. Alright, so another dragon friend. Now, should we get on Torrent to start? Maybe. Come on, Andreas. I feel like Torrent's not going to last long. Oh. There we go. What did I say? Now, Oh, Jesus Christ, whoops into that one. Now. Yeah, pain in the arse fight. Because you either lock on and the camera goes everywhere, or you don't lock on and then you get attacked by everything. Ouch. Now, where's that going? Just generally in front? Okay, we can avoid that. Ouch. We can't avoid that stuff because of its splash damage. And it got us, yeah. Didn't go well from the start, really, that fight. There's just the splash damage from this fight being in the water that makes it an absolute pain in the butt. Have we dealt any rock build-up to you yet? You wretch. Oh, fuck off. That shouldn't have hit me, I was on the rocks. And yeah, I couldn't see where he was again because of the camera. Maybe this isn't the best fight to be testing out a new weapon rather than one we're familiar with. Maybe we don't need Crepus's Violon at this point in time either. Let's see. I mean, Bolt Drake might be good, but also Dragon Crest. And yeah, we'll go for both. Why not? Now that's going to be firearms to our head, isn't it? Well, is it? I honestly can't read this guy's moves because the camera is awful. The lock-on points are awful. The splash damage from the lightning is terrible. And why is lightning spreading onto the rocks? That's just bollocks. How have I had so much trouble with this when no one else has had this sort of trouble? How's it turning so fast? Son of a gun. Ah, fucking hell. Yeah, that didn't go well. I guess we'll go back to Big Wumpa and see how we get on. So the other girls just used magic, I guess, which is why they didn't have any issues. But why did Wes have no issues with this fight? He's just a big bonking boy. Oh, fuck off. I was in mid-drink. It's just the splashes off those lightning attacks. Just doesn't feel fair. But that did, in general, feel like a promising run. So there is that. I suppose it's no worse than Fortisax. Fortisax was a fight like this in water, wasn't it? Yeah, it doesn't even need to hit you because of the splash. And that strikes me as being a bull. It's like, what's the point in learning how to dodge its attacks if it's going to hit you with them anyway? How hard are you to stagger? Doing big charging womp attacks, and there is no staggering happening. And then we can't hit you again because when we're locked on, we're aimed at a part of your body that is nowhere near the ground. And there we go. We put up a decent fight towards the end. Not enough. Yeah. I think it's the fact that it's 2 hits that bothers me the most. You've got the initial swing, so you try and dodge that, and then you get hit by the lightning because you dodged the initial swing. Yeah, I think you're poisoned now. Good. Ludicrously high resistance to stay its effects. So this is our best bet. We are very clearly on dry ground and shouldn't be getting lightninged. Ah, piss. Piss. Come on. Yeah, just knocks us over with that one, and there's not a lot we can do. And then, yeah. Fuck off. Fuck off. Piece of shit, boss. And we lost our rooms again. I was going to go and buy some more poison arrows. But Twiggy wore off because this boss fight... That's the worst thing, is that this boss fight just takes forever to lose. So... you have to go back in because your rooms have gone. So we're going to have to try it without poison this time. But I'm also not that fussed if we die quickly. I still don't get why Sam's defense is so low. She's got all the talismans on now. Yeah, now we're just getting hit whilst we're on the floor, getting hit while we try and get up. Andreas is not getting the job done. Yeah, you do a breath attack. Those are fine because we can punish those. But you've got like an infinite amount of stance, it seems. You just cannot be stance broken. No matter how many jumping strongs we do. Although that time the lightning didn't hit us for some bullshit reason. This is the worst. And now we're going to lose our runes again because Twiggy's going to wear off, I'm sure. So maybe, instead of getting stuck in this repeating cycle of dying and getting frustrated and losing our runes and rinse and repeat, maybe we just run away for a moment. Nope. And then we nearly get crushed by a boulder. Very well. Yeah, maybe we put back on our shiny new halberd that we don't fully know how to use. And we're going to go buy some arrows, and then we'll go and do a different boss that's less frustrating.